Hello everyone and welcome to today's gentle flow. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. So to start with, we're just going to come onto our mat, come into a nice comfortable position to get started, seated with the legs crossed if that's comfortable for you. And just start to allow the spine to lengthen, the sit bones to ground down, and the shoulders to relax down away from the ears, nice and long through the spine. You may feel a nice slight tuck of the chin so that you feel a lengthening through the back of the neck. The palms can just be on the knees to start with. Let's just start to allow ourselves to sink and settle into this position. Noticing how our body feels today. Noticing the thoughts in our mind as we enter into our practice. Good. And just starting to notice the rhythm of our breath now. Noticing if it's fast or slow, if it's deep or shallow, and following its journey in through the nostrils and all the way down into the lungs, and then all the way out from the lungs and out through the nostrils. As you breathe, just allow the eyes to close down on your next exhalation. Really tuning into this breath, this natural, organic breath. Not trying to manipulate it in any way, but instead just noticing how it moves through your body. Then allowing yourself to set an intention for your practice today. And this can be whatever you want it to be, whatever you need from a physical practice today, whatever you're hoping to feel or achieve. And if nothing comes to mind straight away, I invite you to set the intention of opening into your heart space and leading with love today. We will be working with some heart openers, some chest expanding poses. So this is really great to be able to hold this intention of leading with love from this heart space. So if that feels good to you, setting that as in your intention, perhaps repeating it to yourself in your mind a few times. And then just start to allow the eyes to flutter open, gazing forward out in front. Noticing that length in the spine again here, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. And we'll start to move into a little seated spinal warm-up. So what we'll do is as we breathe in, pull the heart space or the chest forward. Roll the shoulders back. You can lift the chin a little and direct the sit bones down and back behind you. As you breathe out, allow the shoulders to roll up and down in front. Round the back out behind you. Tailbone tucks under and the chin can drop down to the chest. Inhale, shoulders roll back, chest moves forward. Pull onto the knees, expanding through the collarbones, lift the chin. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, chest pulls forward. Maybe starting to move a little faster. Exhale, chest rounds, shoulders drop forward, belly button pulls in towards the spine. Inhale, belly button pulls forward as you inhale. Exhale, round. Keep going. Exhale. Good. Starting to notice this movement into the spine. Hopefully feeling a little bit of warmth created in the core, in the shoulders, all across the chest. And just by using our breath, we start to create a little warmth in the body too. Deep breaths in through the nose, deep breaths out through the nose, or out through the mouth if that feels good. Good, just 3 more rounds of breath. 2 more, deep breath in, deep breath out. Last breath in, pulling the chest forward, lifting the chin, then exhale, round the spine. Shoulders drop forward, chin drops down to the chest. Slowly make your way back to that neutral or straight spine. We're going to take a little twist. So take your left hand behind you, all the way behind your spine. The right hand is going to come to the outside of the left knee. Take a deep breath in to lift through the spine, and as you exhale, twist to the left. Lengthening on each inhalation through the spine from the sit bones all the way to the top of the head. And as you exhale, twisting a little further towards the left, releasing into this twist. Let's just take 1 more deep breath in, lengthening. Exhale, releasing, coming back to center. Perhaps just rolling the shoulders a few times. Good. We'll come on to the other side. So this right hand comes out behind us. We take the left hand onto the outside of the right knee. Take a deep breath in and lengthen through the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, twist to the right. With each inhalation, lengthening through the spine a little more. With each exhalation, allowing yourself to twist a little deeper. Relax and soften into the pose. Not forcing anything at all, just allowing yourself to open to that right side. Let's take 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, let's release all the way back to center. Again, take a roll through the shoulders. Good. Then we'll move into a little seated side stretch. So right hand moves out to the right. Walk it all the way out to the right on your mat. Come down onto the palm. And then lift the left hand overhead, up towards the ceiling. Good. If that's enough for you, you can stay here, keeping the chest facing forward, the belly facing forward, and the hips facing forward. If you'd like to come a little deeper, you can walk that right hand a little further out. And bring that left bicep in line with the left ear, making sure both sit bones are heavy on the mat. So not letting this hip lift, just allowing it to be nice and heavy. Let's take 1 more deep breath in here. Exhale, let's come all the way back up to center. Lift your right hand up towards the sky, release the left hand down to the left, and let's walk that left hand all the way down to the left. Releasing down onto the palm, and seeing how this feels, keeping the chest open, nice and open, not letting the chest drop down towards the mat, keeping it nice and open towards the side. And if you like, you can come a little deeper, and allow that right bicep to come in line with your right ear. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Let's come all the way back up to center. Lift that left hand high, and then release the hands down, rolling through the shoulders. Good. Okay, so now we're going to come onto hands and knees. Take your hands down onto the mat, knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. And we'll start to work into a little cat-cow pose or Bithalasana. So as you breathe in, let that belly drop down towards the mat, chest pulls forward between the arms, and you can lift your chin, lift your sit bones. As you exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling. Feel that separation between the shoulder blades and drop your chin down to your chest. Inhale, belly drops down, chest scoops forward, lifting the chin. Exhale, rounding the spine. Very good. Keep going, this same movement we went through in our seated spinal warm-up. Using our fingertips to press into the mat, directly under our shoulders, and feeling this beautiful chest expansion as we breathe in, and then that broadening through the shoulder blades as we breathe out. Let's just go one more time. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Very nice. Come back to your tabletop. We're going to make our way all the way down onto the front of our body, or onto our belly and our chest. So lower yourself down. Take as long as you need to lower down. Taking the hands under the shoulders and lowering the forehead down to the mat if you like. On your inhale, I want you to lift the forehead, lift the shoulders, not bearing any weight into the palms. Even maybe lifting them up off the mat if you can. Then as you exhale, release the chest down, forehead down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Keep going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Just one more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower down. This time, move the hands a little further forward out in front and maybe a little wider than your mat. Press the palms into the mat, and you can slowly rise with the chest up into a big cobra pose. Now the elbows can stay bent, or they can straighten all the way out if it feels good. Only if it feels good. Just letting yourself rise to the point that feels good for you, and making sure you're not feeling any pain anywhere at all. You're opening the heart space forward, gazing forward and down. Let's take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release all the way down. Very good. Take the palms into the shoulders. We're going to move all the way back through our tabletop pose with the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And then open the knees a little wider and allow the hips to sink all the way back to the heels, dropping the chest down towards the mat and the forehead down towards the mat. Finding our extended child's pose. And just remember, if any point in the class you need a little break, please feel free to come into this position and just take a little rest. So from here, on your next inhalation, let's gaze forward between the palms. Come up through your tabletop pose, and then we'll tuck the toes under. Bring those knees back under the hips. Tuck your toes under, and make your way into your downward facing dog. So pressing into all of the fingertips, and then lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, pressing the chest back towards the legs. You can start to pedal your feet out here, bending one knee at a time. And feel the heel softening down towards the mat as you bend the opposite knee. Very good. Let's just stay here, pedaling out through the feet for a few breaths. Let your head, your neck relax, your ears coming in line with your biceps. Very, very good. Just 2 more deep breaths in here. And if your heels don't come to touch the mat, that's absolutely fine. Just take your time and feel the lengthening through the backs of the legs of that big stretch as you soften the heels closer towards the mat. Good. 1 more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's soften both heels down towards the mat. If they don't touch, that's fine. If the knees are bent, that's fine too. Let's take a deep breath in. Lift the hips a little higher if you can. Bend through the knees. And then as you exhale, let's walk the feet all the way forward to the top of the mat. Finding a forward fold at the top of the mat. Uttanasana. Relax the chest down. Good. You can allow the hands to come down towards the mat or maybe hug the legs in towards the chest. Then as we inhale, let's take the hands to the thighs and take a halfway lift. Palms are on the thighs. Let's lift halfway so that the spine comes parallel to the mat. Then exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, let's rise all the way up, bend through the knees and sweep your hands all the way overhead. Beautiful. Exhale, let's fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift again. Hands come onto the thighs. Pull and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Let's plant the hands down here and step the feet back to our downward facing dog. So step 1 foot back, the next foot back. Press the chest back towards the legs and tilt the sit bones up towards the ceiling. You can pedal out through the feet again here. Good job. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, allow the heels to soften all the way down towards the mat. Let's do that again. Deep breath in, bend through the knees, maybe looking between the palms. Then as you exhale, walking the feet all the way forward to the top of the mat, release the chest all the way down for your forward fold. Let's come into that halfway lift, hands onto the thighs. Inhale, lift halfway, flaring the sit bones and opening the chest, then exhale and fold. Circle sweep the arms, bend through the knees, and let's come all the way up. Standing tall, hands above the head, then exhale, palms come together and all the way down through the midline, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands onto the thighs. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down here. Let's step the feet back again, taking our downward facing dog, 1 foot at a time. Perfect. Let's take a deep breath in here, lifting the sit bones high, and as we exhale, allow the heels to soften down once more. Press the chest back towards the legs, relax the neck, relax the head. Good. From here, let's take a deep breath in and lift your right leg all the way back and up towards the ceiling. I want you to keep your hips nice and squared towards your mat so that you're not lifting that right hip. Keep it nice and straight in line with the mat. And then as you exhale, pull your right knee all the way forward into your chest and step the foot between the palms. If you need to shuffle the right foot forward or shuffle the left foot back, that's absolutely fine. From here, we lower the back knee down and come into a low crescent lunge. So lift the spine all the way up. Good. Sweep the hands overhead when you're ready from here, gazing up between the hands if it feels comfortable for the neck, and maybe even shuffling your right foot forward and pressing the hips a little further forward. From here, we can lift through the heart space and maybe lift the chin even more. Good. Deep breath in, opening through the chest. Then deep breath out. Let's lower the hands down to frame that front foot. Good. Let's plant the left hand down here. Left palm presses into the mat, and you can open your right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. gazing up towards the right fingertips, or just keeping the head in line with the chest if it feels more comfortable for the neck. If you'd like a little bit more here, you can tuck those left toes under and lift the left knee. Twisting the chest around to the right knee and lifting through the right fingertips. Good. Exhale, let's allow that right hand to come all the way down, framing the front foot. If your left knee isn't lifted, lift it. And then let's step it forward. Left foot steps forward to meet the right. Come all the way to that forward fold. Take your time and take it nice and slow. And allow your chest to relax down. From here, let's take the hands together behind the back. Interlacing the fingers and then reaching the hands all the way up towards the ceiling so that your shoulders pull back. And then maybe even reaching them overhead in front of your mat. You might notice that your chest pulls a little further towards your legs. Just take this nice and slowly. Make sure that it feels good. Taking a deep breath in. The knees can be bent if it feels a little better through the hamstrings and the backs of the legs. Then exhale, let's release those hands all the way down. Good. Let's take a halfway lift. Maybe the hands come this time onto the shins if it feels good. Lifting halfway, opening the chest. Exhale and fold all the way back down. Let's circle sweep the hands, bend through the knees, come all the way up as you inhale. Finding your Urdhva Hastasana with the hands right overhead, spine nice and long. Then exhale, let's fold all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway, hands onto the shins if it feels good. The thighs are still there if you need it. Exhale and fold. Plant the hands down, framing both feet, and let's step back to our downward facing dog. Again, taking your time. And then just allowing yourself to really notice all of the 10 fingertips pressing into the mat. The sit bones tilting up towards the ceiling. And the head and the neck relaxed. Good. Taking a child's pose if you need to. Taking a break whenever you feel like you need a rest. If you're ready, let's move on to the other side. Take a deep breath in. Lift your left leg high this time, coming into your three-legged down dog. And again, don't let that hip lift. Keep it nice and straight, facing towards your mat. As you exhale, let's pull that left knee in towards the chest and step the foot between the palms, or step it as far forward as you can, and then shuffle it forward if you need to. Making sure that the left ankle is directly under the left knee. Let's lower that right knee down and lift up into our crescent lunge, sweeping the hands forward and all the way overhead. Good. If you want to come a little deeper, you can shuffle that left foot a little further forward and then press the hips a little further forward. Feel the heart space lifting up towards the ceiling and out in front. Roll the shoulders down and back and lift the chin, gazing between the palms. Good. Opening through the heart. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, allow those hands to come down to frame the front foot. This time we're pressing the right hand into the mat and lifting up with the left hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Again, if it feels comfortable for the neck, you can gaze up towards the left fingertips. And if you want a little bit more, that right knee lifts up off the mat. Really engaging both legs. Good. Lengthening the left fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, let's allow that left hand to come down to frame the front foot. And let's step that right foot forward as slow as you want to. Take it nice and slow, nice and easy, and allow the chest to come down, finding your forward fold. Let's take the hands onto the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. All the way up as we breathe in. Hands overhead, palms come together, fold all the way down as you exhale. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, hands onto the shins. Exhale and fold, planting the hands down and stepping the feet all the way back. Finding that downward facing dog. Good. Let's press all those 10 fingertips into the mat. Lift the sit bones high. Take a deep breath in here. Then as we exhale, lower the knees down, coming into your tabletop pose. What we're going to do from here is come into a nice little chest opener. Reach the hands out in front, maybe a little wider. And then allow the chest to sink down towards the mat. And keep the hips nice and lifted so the heart space melts down towards the mat. The forehead can come onto the mat. And just allow yourself to soften through the chest, soften through the head, the face, the neck. Very good. Hips still reach up towards the ceiling. And if this is a little bit too strong for you, please feel free to just walk those hands back a little and come into your child's pose, allowing the hips to sink down towards the heels and then just lowering the forehead down. That's absolutely fine. Wherever you are, breathing nice and deeply. And just enjoying 3 more deep breaths in, whether you're in this extended child's pose or whether you're in puppy pose, with the chest released down to the mat and the hips reaching high. One more deep breath in. Start to lift the gaze between the fingertips. And then lift onto the palms and walk those hands all the way back in towards the hips. We're going to come into a nice seated position, sitting on the heels, and move into another chest opener. So for this next position, let's come up onto the knees if it's comfortable for you. Please feel free to have something under the knees if you need a little extra padding. Then from here, take the palms onto the lower back like you're about to slide them into back pockets. So palms are facing in towards your body, fingers facing down. Good. From here, we're just going to start to gently press the hips forward. Hands stay on the lower back, just gently pressing the hips forward. We can stay here, or if you want to go a little deeper, start to roll the shoulders back and puff the chest up so that the heart space presses forward and up. You can even lift the chin if you like, or keep it nice and tucked in towards the chest if that feels better. Good. Now staying here if this is enough for you, please, but otherwise if you do want to go a little bit deeper still, you can tuck your toes under so that the heels are a little bit closer. Then we start to reach one hand down towards one heel at a time. Finding the heels with the fingertips or maybe with the palms and allowing the heart space to press up towards the ceiling. Take your time, make sure it feels good. Keep that chin tucked in towards the chest unless you feel good to extend the chin up towards the ceiling. Good, let's stay for one more deep breath in. Then slowly return the hands to the lower back one at a time. Slowly bring the hips back over the knees, straighten through the spine, lengthening. And then untuck the toes, take the hips back to the heels, and allow the forehead to come all the way down onto the mat. And allow your hands to come down by your sides. Coming into our traditional child's pose. Just breathing here, taking a nice deep breath in and feeling all of the sensations in your body. Notice what feels good. Notice if anything doesn't feel good. And perhaps you'd like to come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of the class. Choosing to open through the heart space and lead with love. Let's just take one more deep breath in here in our child's pose. And one more deep breath out. Then slowly bring the hands under the shoulders and start to lift the chest all the way back up. From here you can come down to lie on your back or just find a nice comfortable seat. Whatever feels good for you. And we'll just roll the shoulders back a few times if you're seated. And if you're lying down, just stretch the legs out nice and long, the arms out nice and long. Let's come back to this space of noticing the breath moving through the body. Whether you're seated or lying down, just notice that rhythm of breath moving through your body. Is it fast or is it slow? Is it deep or is it shallow? Can you notice the temperature of your body? Perhaps it's changed since the start of our practice. Then allowing yourself to consciously relax each part of the body, starting from the crown of the head and gradually making your way down to the tips of your toes. Relaxing the temples, releasing through the brow, relaxing all of those tiny muscles behind your eyes. Softening through the jaw, through the throat, the neck, and the shoulders. Allowing the upper arms and the forearms to be heavy. The palms relaxed, and the fingers just gently curl wherever they are. Noticing a broadness in the chest. And noticing this gentle movement of the chest as you breathe in and breathe out. Bringing that awareness down to the belly and noticing that same rhythm of movement in the belly as the breath moves through the body. Allowing the hips to be nice and heavy, grounded down. The glutes and the thighs are relaxed. The calves are relaxed. Relaxing all the way down into the ankles, the feet, and all of your toes. Just allowing your entire physical body to be deeply relaxed. Entering into this space of stillness. And for the next few minutes, perhaps you allow the mind to wander if it wants to. If that feels good and you know that you'll feel good after the practice, having a little time for the mind to be creative. Or perhaps you'd like to concentrate on the movement of breath in and out of the nostrils to keep yourself focused on the present moment. Either way, allowing yourself this time and this space before we end the practice. Allowing the eyes to be closed down, and honoring what you need for these last few moments. Start to deepen your breath. And just notice where the mind took you in those last few moments. Or if you were focusing on the breath and staying in the present moment, how that felt. And slowly starting to gently move through the fingers and move through the toes, whether you're seated or lying down, keeping the eyes closed for just a few more moments. Noticing any subtle changes in the body or the mind since the start of this practice. Then when you're ready, you can allow the eyes to flutter open. If you're seated, perhaps you'd like to take the palms together at the heart space. And if you're lying down, perhaps you'd like to roll over onto one side and just stay there for a few moments before sitting up. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this class, this gentle flow. And if you did enjoy, please share what you liked about the class on Yammer. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you next time.